So we talked about ionic bonds, covalent bonds. Now we're going to talk about hydrogen bonds. Okay? Hydrogen bonds are different than these two. Okay? These two bonds are bonds that happen within a molecule. Okay?
Ionic and covalent.
Ionic and covalent happen within a molecule. Within a water molecule, the hydrogen is bound to the oxygen. And that's going to be a covalent bond. Ionic bonds happen within the molecule of sodium chloride. Whereas hydrogen bonding happens between molecules. Classic example of this is going to be with water.
So it's hydrogen what is?
So what makes a molecule an independent molecule?
So, the reason that sometimes a compound and a molecule get confusing is it's the square rectangle scenario. Okay.
Okay.
What it is a molecule is when there's more than one atom. Okay.
Okay.
So so like if I have two oxygen molecules that are bound together, okay, this is going to be a molecule.
But it's not a compound.
But it is not a compound.
Okay.
A compound is going to be two different kinds,
Okay.
like H2
Oh.
So that's a compound and
molecule.
molecule because, okay, alright, sweet.
Does that make sense?
Yes, because like we said, you got two different elements. Like they're
Yeah.
together.
Alright.
So it's a molecule and a compound. So question. So going back to how we got the plus and the negative. So hydrogen has one electron, right?
Hydrogen has one electron.
On its
Correct.
outer shell. Oxygen has 8.
Correct.
So
Oxygen does not have 8 on its outer shell.
it has 2,
And then 6.
and so it has space for 2 more.
So it
that's
has
why
space
it's
for 2 more,
hydrogens.
which is why there's 2 hydrogens. Yeah.
Understanding that, so
Great how it works. Okay. So,
That's not equal.
yeah. So this is polar, not equal sharing, right? So this end is negative, this end is positive. And kind of like a magnet, what does that mean? Negatives are going to be attracted to what?
positives.
Positives.
Positives to negatives.
So hydrogen bonding are these forces of these interactions between the different molecules. So not between the atoms, but between the molecules. Okay.
So like with H2O and sodium chloride, would that be hydrogen bonding or would that be different because it's breaking apart the sodium?
So that is not hydrogen bonding. If I went into it, because the scope of this class doesn't cover it, hydrogen bonding only happens between oxygen, nitrogen. Let's see my periodic table right here. It happens between fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, and always between hydrogen and those guys.
Okay, so hydrogen, so in the hydrogen bond, negative molecule is attracted to the positive molecule. Is that right?
The hydrogen bonding, number one, is going to be between hydrogen, which in hydrogen bonding will have a slight positive charge, and between a negative end of the molecule. It has to be oxygen, nitrogen, or fluorine, and I feel like there's one other one, but for the scope of this class, you don't need to memorize that.
Okay.
Okay, but the important part is it's between the molecules, not between the atoms.
Right.
This kind of force is not a physical bond, as in it's not sharing electrons. Okay, but it does have a strong impact. For example, you know how you have you're filling up a cup of water and then you see it kind of bulge over, but it doesn't spill. That thing, you know, we call it water tension.
Mhm.
That happens because of hydrogen bonding. So it's a kind of cool little force.